This season's PBA rookie draft was loaded in the early rounds as it featured marquee names like CJ Perez, Ray Parks, Robert Bolick, and Paul Desiderio. There have been seasons in the PBA when the talent pool of newcomers was so deep that teams who cornered some of these fresh talents immediately upgraded their teams. Fox Sports Philippines takes a look at some of these batches. 1988 draft class. Purefoods Hotdogs joined the league and absorbed some of the players of the recently disbanded Tanduay franchise. After naming Ramon Fernandez as its playing coach, Purefoods was allowed to directly sign national team starters Jojo Lastimosa, Jerry Codiñera, and Glen Capacio. The most celebrated amateur player that time, Alvin Patrimonio, joined the team in the second conference. In the draft, center Jack Tanuan, part of the Philippine team that bagged the bronze in the 1986 Asian Games, was selected first overall by Purefoods. Drafted second by Shell Helix was another national team member, Ronnie Magsanoc. For the third pick, Alaska went with 6'7" Dong Polistico, who that time was the tallest player in the league, while Great Taste chose another member of the 1986 national team, Altamirano, as the fourth draftee. Lastimosa won Rookie of the Year honors as he, along with Codiñera, made the mythical second team. Patrimonio, Lastimosa, Magsanoc, and Codiñera would eventually be named to the PBA's 25 greatest players list. Many-time all-defensive team member Capacio, Tanuan, Polistico, and Altamirano all had solid pro careers. 1989 draft class. Anyway, to gauge the depth of the rookie draft is to look at who were picked in the second round. In 1989, the second-round picks were Dindo Pumran of Purefoods, Boy Cabahug, and Ricardo Murata of Alaska, former NCC player Peter Aguilar of Anejo Rom, and 1992 MVP Edo Agustin of San Miguel. The top draft pick was Formula Shell's CJ Perez, who would make history that year by winning both Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player awards. Perez averaged 25.8 points, 13 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks that season. Three of his RP squad teammates were selected after him: Nelson Acetono of Purefoods, Zaldi Realabit of Presto, and Bong Alvarez of Alaska. Alvarez also had an impressive rookie season as he normed 23.4 points and 8.1 boards per game. He made the mythical second team. The other first-round picks that season also had good runs in the PBA. These were Romeo De La Rosa of Anejo. He would eventually be traded to Shell for Ray Cuenco, and Bobby Jose of San Miguel. 1993 draft class. That year's rookie pool featured a strong first round and some steals in the succeeding rounds. Lucia, the newest team in the league who acquired the Great Taste Presto franchise, landed its coveted big man whom they envisioned to build its foundation on, Xandro Limpot. Limpot was named Rookie of the Year and he also made the all-defensive team. The second overall pick was Vic Pablo, who could not agree to terms with Ginebra, so he was shipped in a trade to Pepsi for Manny Victorino. In a draft pool packed with talented point guards, Alaska selected the best playmaker available, Johnny Barrientos. The other first-round picks were Dwight Lago and Benny Cheng of Coney Island Purefoods, John Cardle and Dickie Bachman of Alaska, and Boyet Fernandez of Swift Mighty Meaties. Of the 8 first-round selections, 4 came from the De La Salle Green Archers program. The best player to come out of the later rounds would be Olson Rosella, who was picked by Coney Island, where he would serve mostly as a backup before eventually blossoming into one of the league's premier point guards. Coney Island also selected Freddie Abuda in the second round. Other notable names to emerge would be Lucia's picks Mike Muster and Max Delontes and Shell's Alan Garrido. 1999 draft class. The year 1999 was marked by the comeback of Tanduay in the PBA and the entry of the Filipino foreign players who would help take the league to new heights. We will not include in this article players whose citizenship were questionable. Similar to Purefoods in 1988, Tanduay was allowed to bring in some of their top players from the PBL. 3 of these were big men Eric Mink, Mark Thielen, and Chris Cantonjos. The league also allowed each team to directly hire Filipino players with foreign lineage. Thus, basketball fans were introduced to Ossie Talava of Mobiline, Danny Segal of San Miguel, Tony De La Cruz of Shell, and John Ordoño of Pop Cola. From the rookie draft, the players who were selected in the first round included Brian Gahal of Mobiline, Richard Yee of Purefoods, and Don Alato of Alaska. Gerald Francisco of Lucia and Don Bulbolano of Pop Cola were picked in the third round. Sagal was named Rookie of the Year and was also part of the mythical first team. Ment made the mythical second team and the all-defensive team. 2000 draft class. Red Bull joined the league in 2000, and it brought with it the core of its PBL team. These were Kirby Raimundo, Junti Valenzuela, Lordy Tugade, Jim Weltorian, and Bernard Tampua. The team also tabbed Mick Panisi as its direct fill foreign hire. This also marked the year that the PBA allowed teams to directly sign players from its rival league, the NBA. The direct hires were JJ Helterbrand of Barangay Ginebra, Dondon Hontiveros of Tanduay, Dorian Pina of San Miguel, and Rob Wainwright of Sta. Lucia. From the draft, Paolo Mendoza was selected first overall by Sta. Lucia. Other players who were undrafted but signed by PBA teams were Alex Crisano of Barangay Crisano, Rudy Hatfield of Tanduay, Wenar Balid of Popcola, Chris Tan of Sta. Lucia, and Don Camaso and Garami Jercido of Mobiline. Helterbrand would eventually win the MVP award in 2009. Hontiveros, Hatfield, and Panisi made the 2002 Philippine national team that suffered a heartbreaking defeat to South Korea in the semi-finals of the Asian Games. 2003 draft class. The first round of the 2003 PBA draft saw an impressive group of rookies selected from 1 to 10. The top pick overall was Mike Cortez of Alaska. He was followed by Rommel Agical of Barangay Ginebra, Eddie Lohr of Shell, Harvey Carey of Talk and Text, Brandon Cable of Alaska, Billy Mamrel of Purefoods, Enrico Villanueva of Red Bull, Marlon Legaspi of San Miguel, Raynal Hugneton of Coca-Cola, and the last pick of the first round, Jimmy Alapag of Talk and Text. Even the second round of the draft revealed some outstanding players like Sunday Salvation of Barangay Ginebra, John Fariels of FedEx Express, Cyrus Baguio of Red Bull, Eugene Tejada of Sta. Lucia, and Ronald Tubat of Shell. In the third round, Ginebra was still able to select Rob Johnson, while Coca-Cola cornered the hero of the 2002 Ateneo Blue Eagles champion team, Jack Chia. Alapag, the 2011 PBA MVP, was the 2003 Rookie of the Year and he also made the mythical first team. Alapag's TNT teammate, Carey, was named to the mythical second team. 2012 draft class. The Kraken made his debut in the league in 2010. Junimer Fajardo was the top pick of Petron Blaze after he spent a season with its team in the ASEAN Basketball League. The four-time PBA MVP was followed by Calvin Abueva of Alaska. The Beast won the Rookie of the Year award over the Kraken and he made the mythical first team. Fajardo made the mythical second team. Petron also had the third pick in the draft which it used to select Alex Malari. Other notable first-round draftees were Chris Tew of Rain or Shine, his 2011 SEA Games teammate Cliff Hodge of Meralco, and former Heel as one member Aldrich Ramos of Barraco Bull. The muscle man Vic Manuel was selected 9th overall by Globalport from a trade with the BMEG Lamados. In the second round, big man Kelly Nabong was chosen by Rain or Shine, but was traded to Meralco. Jewel Ponferrada joined BMEG, Dave Marcello was picked by Barraco Bull, and Youssef Taha was signed by Air 21 Express. Eamon Monfort was also selected in the second round by Barraco Bull. It is worth noting that Paul Samher was part of the 2012 draft when he was picked in the fourth round by Barangay Ginebra.